You could drop $3,000 on an outdoor sofa set and your patio would still look cheap. That's not a guess. That's exactly what happened to this patio. Great furniture, bare concrete, zero atmosphere. Over the next few minutes, we're transforming this exact space with 8 upgrades, each one a fraction of that sofa's price, each one designed to trick the eye into reading luxury. The last one is a single overhead move that turns a flat, exposed slab into something that feels genuinely architectural. That reveal alone is worth staying for. But every transformation starts where your feet meet the ground. The first mistake almost everyone makes is buying a rug that is embarrassingly too small. A patio's sense of order starts with the right area rug, a large polypropylene flat weave, usually 8 by 10 and priced around $99 to $150, sets a clear boundary for the seating group. The key is placement. Place the front legs of every main seat on the rug, or make sure the rug covers 70 to 80% of the seating area. Neutral tones, like ivory, charcoal, or minimalist geometric patterns, calm the space and make it feel larger. Small, busy, or colorful rugs leave furniture looking scattered. With the right rug, the patio finally reads as a defined, intentional zone. Number 7, the patio surface finally gets its upgrade. Concrete underfoot might be practical, but it's the fastest way to make a space feel cold and unfinished. The real reason so many patios fall flat, people stop at the furniture, ignoring the floor entirely. Here's what your brain is actually doing. When you step onto bare slab, it reads as temporary, almost like a garage. Snap together deck tiles, acacia or composite, change that instantly. Each tile clicks into place with no tools, no glue, and no commitment. The wood grain underfoot feels warmer and more intentional, like a proper room instead of a leftover corner. The original patent for this click-lock system dates back to 2008, but now you will find them at big box stores for $1.12 to $2.50 per square foot. Installation, about 30 minutes for every 10 square feet. Suddenly, the patio's foundation feels built in, and the rest of the furniture has to raise its game to keep up. Number 6, the seating finally gets a reality check. Most patios limp along with cushions that look like pancakes, thin, sagging, and sunken, no matter how much the frames cost. Here's what nobody tells you. Your brain judges comfort and expense before you even sit down, just by scanning the thickness and edge detail of those cushions. The pros swap out the tired foam for high-density 1.8 pounds per cubic foot sheets, about $16.99, for a 2 by 24 by 24 inch slab with a firm 44-pound compression that holds its shape. The real trick is recovering them in outdoor canvas or a navy linen look fabric, then adding piping around the seams for that tailored, custom upholstered silhouette. Layer in 3 or 5 throw pillows, never an even number, so the arrangement feels curated instead of generic. Suddenly, the whole seating group reads as plush and intentional, not like leftovers from last season's clearance bin. The patio feels softer and more expensive, but there is still nothing to keep the space from feeling exposed and adrift, a problem only the next upgrade can solve. Number 5, the patio finally gets its emotional anchor. 2 or 3 massive planters in matte black or raw concrete, each at least 24 inches deep and wide, stand at the outer corners like sentinels. This is the moment the space stops looking like furniture stranded on a slab and starts to feel like a destination. The amateur mistake is scattering small, mismatched pots that only add clutter and chaos, making the patio feel more like a storage unit than a retreat. Here is what your brain is actually doing. It relaxes when the edges of a space are clearly defined, just like sinking into a reading nook instead of sitting in the middle of an open gym. Oversized planters create that sense of enclosure, lowering the exposed, unfinished feeling. Fill them with clumping bamboo or tall ornamental grasses, never spreading varieties, to add height, movement, and a soft screen of privacy. The visual weight of these planters grounds the entire zone, and the greenery sways with every breeze, breaking up the harshness of concrete with living texture. Later, these same planters will do double duty, hiding the base of the future canopy. For now, the patio finally feels held, but there is still one unmistakable focal point missing from the center. A bioethanol tabletop fire bowl transforms the patio center into a true gathering spot. The concrete look design offers real, flickering warmth and movement. It draws people in with a primal pull, no smoke, no chimney, just a clean flame. But safety is critical. In 2025, the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission warned about alcohol burning models after 2 deaths, over 60 serious burns, and a recall of nearly 90,000 units for flame jetting hazards. Only certified, sealed, compliant units belong here. With the fire safely contained, the patio glows, conversations linger, and the space finally feels inviting after dark. Number 3, the patio's edges finally come alive after dark. Instead of blasting the space with harsh overhead bulbs, the pros slip low voltage LED strips or solar pucks under step edges, beneath benches, or tucked behind those new planters, anywhere the light can skim the ground rather than glare from above. The real amateur mistake is stringing up bright cafe lights overhead, which flatten every surface and turn the patio into a stage set for a parking lot drama. Here is what your brain is actually doing. It reads low, indirect light as intimate and expensive, the way a candlelit restaurant always feels more exclusive than a cafeteria. The secret is targeting exactly 2,700 Kelvin, a warm amber glow that mimics sunset, not the icy blue of a hardware store LED. Standard 12-volt landscape systems and outdoor strip lights in runs of 3.3 feet or 6.6 feet work for any budget. Suddenly, the perimeter glows, the space feels cocooned, and the patio reads as a resort lounge, not a forgotten driveway. Now the only thing left to fix is the random jumble on the table itself. Number 2, the table finally gets its moment of discipline. The classic patio blunder is letting the coffee table become a graveyard. Half-melted candles, sunscreen bottles, a rogue garden glove, and whatever's left from last weekend. The fix is almost surgical. One large tray in matte black or natural wood, right in the center, sets a clear border for everything that's allowed to stay. Then the formula is strict. 3 objects, 3 heights, a compact succulent for a burst of green, a tinted glass candle for warmth and glow, and a neat stack of stone coasters to ground it all. Suddenly, the surface reads curated instead of chaotic, like a styled magazine spread instead of a yard sale. This isn't about adding hardware or spending big. It's about restraint and the psychology of containment. The table now tells a calm, finished story, but there's still one glaring absence overhead: the missing architectural ceiling that signals true luxury outdoors. A floating cantilever canopy transforms the patio by adding the missing ceiling plane that defines true outdoor architecture. Instead of a center pole umbrella that interrupts sightlines and divides the space, a heavy-duty offset cantilever umbrella sits just outside the seating area, letting the shade hover overhead like a permanent roof. 11-foot models are common in the budget to mid-range market, with one example costing $139 and paired with a 264-pound sand-filled base. Dark charcoal or black fabric makes the canopy read as a solid architectural element. The weighted base hides behind oversized planters, creating a space that feels enclosed, intentional, and complete. No longer just a slab with furniture. Across all 8 upgrades, one truth stands out: luxury is an illusion built from balance, layers, and intention, not cost. Your patio's worth is how deliberately you shape the experience.